Every gardener knows the ritual: hours spent pulling weeds, aching backs, and the never-ending battle to keep garden beds pristine. It's a familiar scene. Kneeling in the dirt, hands stained with soil, determined to rid your patch of those persistent invaders. For many, weeding is the least favorite part of gardening, a task that seems to undo itself as quickly as it's finished. But what if there's more to this story than meets the eye? After all that effort, we often toss the weeds into green waste bins, watching them pile up week after week. It feels satisfying to see the evidence of our hard work, but have you ever wondered what you're really throwing away? Those bins, brimming with garden debris, might actually be filled with hidden potential. What if I told you that the weeds you so diligently remove are actually a free, natural fertilizer packed with nutrients your garden craves? These so-called nuisances are more than just garden pests. They're nature's own mineral miners, drawing up essential elements from deep within the earth. Many weeds, especially those with deep taproots like dandelions and dock, reach far below the surface, mining minerals and nutrients that other plants can't access. They store these valuable resources in their leaves and stems, acting as living nutrient pumps for your soil. When you pull them up, you're holding a concentrated source of calcium, potassium, magnesium, and more, elements that your vegetables and flowers need to thrive. By discarding these weeds, you're not just removing unwanted plants, you're also throwing away a perfectly balanced organic boost for your soil. Imagine if, instead of sending them to the landfill, you could recycle their nutrients right back into your garden beds, closing the loop and reducing waste. It's time to shift our perspective. Instead of seeing weeds as relentless enemies, consider them as unexpected allies, nature's way of healing and enriching your garden. These plants often appear where the soil needs improvement, helping to restore balance and fertility over time. By understanding their role, you can work with nature, not against it. Harnessing the power of weeds transforms weeding from a tedious chore into a sustainable gardening strategy. By composting or mulching with weeds, you return valuable nutrients to the earth, support soil health, and create a thriving, resilient garden ecosystem. So next time you pull a weed, remember, you're not just tidying up, you're unlocking the secret potential of your garden's unsung heroes. When most gardeners spot weeds like dandelions or comfrey in their beds, their first instinct is to pull them out and toss them away. But what if I told you these so-called nuisances are actually working hard beneath the surface to improve your soil? Weeds such as dandelions and comfrey have incredibly deep taproots that reach far below the topsoil, delving into layers that most garden plants can't access. These roots act like natural elevators, drawing up minerals and nutrients that have settled deep underground over years or even decades. As these weeds grow, their roots mine valuable minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium, pulling them up into their leaves and stems. Most garden plants have shallow roots and simply can't reach these hidden reserves. But weeds, with their powerful taproots, act as nature's own mineral miners, making nutrients available at the surface where your vegetables and flowers can benefit. Instead of discarding these weeds, consider returning them to your garden as mulch or compost. When you chop and drop them or add them to your compost pile, you're recycling all those hard-won nutrients right back into your topsoil. This natural process enriches your soil, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers and helping your garden thrive in a sustainable way. As these weeds break down, they become a feast for soil microbes, earthworms, and beneficial fungi. These tiny organisms are the true engines of soil health, breaking down organic matter and releasing nutrients in forms that plants can easily absorb. The more diverse the organic material you return to your soil, the richer and more vibrant your garden ecosystem becomes. The organic matter from decomposed weeds improves soil structure, making it crumbly and easy to work with. It also helps your soil retain moisture, reducing the need for frequent watering, and boosts fertility so your plants can grow stronger and healthier. Over time, you'll notice your garden beds becoming more resilient and productive. Weeds also play a crucial role in breaking up compacted soil. Their strong roots push through hard layers, creating natural channels that allow air, water, and roots from other plants to penetrate more deeply. This natural aeration process is essential for healthy root development and helps prevent problems like waterlogging and poor drainage. By learning to work with weeds instead of fighting them, you become a true steward of your soil. You're harnessing nature's cycles, building a healthier, more balanced garden, and reducing your reliance on chemical inputs. Embracing weeds is about seeing the bigger picture, understanding that every plant has a role to play in the ecosystem. So next time you see a weed, remember, it's not just an invader, but a hard-working ally. Let weeds work for you, not against you, and watch your garden flourish in ways you never imagined. The simplest way to use weeds: chop and drop. Pull or cut weeds before they seed, then lay them as mulch around your plants. This green layer suppresses new weeds, conserves moisture, and slowly releases nutrients as it decomposes. Earthworms and microbes break down the material, enriching the soil right where your plants need it. It's a low-effort, high-reward method that mimics nature's own recycling system. Turn weeding into instant soil improvement. No special tools required. Composting weeds transforms them into black gold, rich, crumbly humus for your garden. Mix weeds with carbon-rich browns like leaves or cardboard for balanced decomposition. Avoid adding weeds with seeds or persistent roots unless your compost gets hot enough to kill them. Finished compost can be spread as mulch, dug into beds, or used in potting mixes. The nutrients from weeds become a slow-release feast for your plants. Composting weeds turns a garden problem into a long-term fertility solution. For a quick nutrient boost, make weed tea, a liquid fertilizer brewed from garden weeds. Fill a bucket with fresh weeds before they seed, cover with water, and let it steep for 2 to 4 weeks. Stir occasionally. The result is a dark, potent liquid. Dilute the tea, about 1:10 with water, before applying to your plants. Use it to feed hungry crops like tomatoes or any plant needing a pick-me-up. The leftover sludge goes straight to your compost. Weed tea delivers fast, natural nutrition right to your garden's roots. Not all weeds are equal. Each brings unique nutrients to your garden. Dandelions mine potassium, phosphorus, and calcium, perfect for fruiting plants. Nettles are rich in nitrogen and iron, boosting leafy greens. Comfrey accumulates potassium and calcium, breaking down quickly for fast results. Clover fixes nitrogen from the air, enriching your soil for free. Chickweed and lamb's quarters add potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen. Even bindweed, if handled carefully, contributes minerals. Knowing your weeds lets you tailor natural fertilizers to your garden's needs. Want a storable, potent fertilizer? Try making concentrated weed extract. Pack a bucket with weeds, like comfrey or nettles. Compress them, and let the liquid drip out over weeks. The resulting syrupy extract is rich in nutrients and stores well. Dilute it heavily, 1 to 15 or more, before use. This method captures spring's bounty for use all season. It's garden alchemy, turning weeds into a powerful, homemade tonic. Homemade weed fertilizers mimic nature's perfect recycling. Nothing is wasted. In wild ecosystems, plants die and decompose, returning nutrients to the soil. Removing garden waste breaks this cycle, depleting your soil over time. By using weeds as fertilizer, you close the loop, feeding both plants and soil life. This builds lasting fertility, resilience, and a thriving soil ecosystem. You reduce reliance on synthetic inputs and foster a self-sustaining garden. Healthy soil, strong plants, and less waste. Nature's way is the best way. The next time you find yourself kneeling in the garden, pulling up weeds, pause for a moment and look at those plants differently. Instead of seeing them as a nuisance or an endless chore, try to view them as a valuable resource, one that nature has provided specifically for your garden's unique needs. Each weed you pull is not just an unwanted guest, but a potential ally in your quest for a thriving, healthy garden. Imagine you're not just removing weeds, but actually harvesting a custom-made fertilizer crafted by nature itself. These plants have drawn nutrients from deep within the soil, and now, by collecting them, you're gathering a concentrated source of minerals and organic matter that can be returned to your garden in a variety of ways. It's like nature's own recycling program, right at your fingertips. Shifting your mindset in this way empowers you to garden more sustainably and creatively. Instead of fighting against nature, you're working alongside it, using every part of the ecosystem to your advantage. This approach not only reduces waste, but also encourages you to experiment and find new solutions for common gardening challenges. It's a small change in perspective that can lead to big rewards. Suddenly, weeding transforms from a tedious task into an act of creation. By spreading weeds as mulch or layering them around your plants, you're building up the soil, conserving moisture, and suppressing future weed growth, all while nourishing your garden beds. It's a simple, natural way to keep your garden healthy and vibrant. Try the chop and drop method. Simply cut the weeds and let them fall where they grew, allowing them to break down and feed the soil right where it's needed most. Or add them to your compost pile, where they'll decompose and become rich, dark compost that can be spread throughout your garden. Every weed you collect is another opportunity to enrich your soil and close the nutrient loop. You can even make weed tea by soaking weeds in water for a few days, creating a nutrient-rich liquid fertilizer that channels the energy of those plants directly into your soil. This homemade brew is packed with minerals and trace elements, giving your vegetables and flowers a natural boost without the need for synthetic chemicals. By embracing these techniques, you'll build healthier soil, grow stronger, more resilient plants, and save money on store-bought fertilizers, all while working in harmony with nature. Your garden will flourish, and you'll find a deeper sense of satisfaction in every handful of weeds you pull. So, embrace the quiet generosity of weeds. Notice how they thrive in the toughest spots, how they protect bare soil, and how they offer their nutrients back to the earth. They are nature's way of healing and enriching the land, and by working with them, you become part of that cycle of renewal. Remember, your garden's greatest gift has been right under your feet all along. With every weed you pull, you're not just tidying up, you're nurturing the living soil that supports everything you grow. Let this new perspective inspire you to see weeding as an act of care, creativity, and connection to the natural world.